Alright everyone, game number 1. We are still in our Swiss system here at the All Hallows Cup, and we have the fan club going up against Washed Up here. Fireworks guaranteed pretty much. On the left side in blue, on Infernal Shrines our first map, Henning on Rhaegar, we have Chris on Sylvanas, Ty on Ophir, finally back on Ophir. I was actually asking myself when he would play the hero again. Kopenhagen on Leo, and Lauber on Mal'Ganis. And over there to the right side of the map, Hazu Obst with Washed Up on Gul'dan, Dequaza on Blaze, Nick on Hanzo, Billy on Tyrael, and Banana H on Malfurion. Time to shine, baby. Let's see what they can pull off here, especially with Hazu on Gul'dan. We'll have a little bit of action with this one. So on the other hand, we're having Chris again with level 1 here. Unfurling Shadows is pretty much something that doesn't really enjoy any much. Yeah, Might of the Banshee Queen. That's where it's at. And that's where the damage comes through. Ophir obviously going to start with the Dread build, but Ancestral Strength on level 1 is just a total standard when we're talking about this. And at this point, we're having just an awesome match, seriously. When these two teams meet, it's usually in the grand final, and normally we have just fantastic games there. And Washed Up, they, I believe, lost the last Heroes Hype Grand Final, but they won the previous one, so they're pretty much trading blows here in the Grand Finals. I could totally see this going into another third map match, but let's see. Nick, on the other hand, oh, he gets wrecked there, but the counter kill against Henning. The dog is down as Rhaegar is getting kicked. Lauber is able to move away with Mal'Ganis, and the turnaround against Sylvanas. 2-for-1 trade, nicely done. Yep, they drop 2, lose Hanzo, but Nick, as he gets taken out, at least baits them deep enough that on the retreat they lose 2 heroes as a result. So nicely played by Washed Up here. Don't really think that the entire thing was intentional, but they made the best out of the bad situation and turned it against their opponent quickly. Now for now, Billy still also in slight trouble here, but not really too, actually. Okay, Lauber nearly was able to get a little bit more damage for them connected. But let's see. Objective obviously is going to pop up pretty soon. It's again the camp clear that we're looking at, and if anything has been proven to be consistent, it's the fan club's plays for the camps in the attempt to get an experience lead through all of that. So 1-for-1 trade, but the mid one is now claimed by them too, and that should be a situation where they can actually set themselves slightly at an experience in the long run. For now, they're falling behind a little bit because of the kills against them. But there we go. There's already our level 4 talents, and with that, as expected, we have Fright, so Dread talents coming in, and we're also seeing Neil Peasant. Billy, on the other hand, yeah, if there was a little bit more damage output now at the bottom of the map, if that was a 3 versus 3, for example, I can guarantee you that would have been a kill against Tyrael. But not so long. A couple of stacks for Hazobs coming in. Mal'Ganis is actually holding back as level 4 right now, and the Shrine activating as we speak. Also, by the way, we have the Neural Stim Pack taken, so no new habits here, so no Paramaniac with Unstoppable. There's not really too much on the other side of the equation where you would need that Unstoppable. So it kind of makes sense that they're not really going into that and mixing it up slightly, going into the Neural Stim Pack. We have seen like that trade-off already quite a bit. I mean, for a long time, the new habits weren't really a big thing that was picked for too many players, but still. So Lauber already trying to buy themselves a little bit of time, and I gotta say that they are actually in a great position here, taking the lead with 10. Oh, as long as they keep Lauber alive, though. If Mal'Ganis falls, that's a whole different picture now. But yeah, Lauber survives, and Kopenhagen still sitting tight here. Another quick drain connected. He has already put his team into a pretty significant lead on the objective. 18 stacks against 6 is nothing to frown upon. So done thus far. And here comes the attack towards the top again. Kopenhagen starting to make his play, and as they're taking the position, they are very... Actually, I got to admit that Washed Up was coming back on the objective, but if Lauber doesn't fall here, then it should still end up with an objective for the blue team, since they are heavily ahead now. Dequaza is a bit low. Billy dives in deep, tries to go for Ty here, doesn't get him, and might actually fall as Sylvanas and Ophir are both going for him. Tries to get the kill against Ty, might get him with the explosion, and indeed does. Nice value from the trade, but the objective has still been claimed. Lauber is low, so is Kopenhagen, both of them still surviving though, and the objective pushing in as we speak. Level 7 abilities for both teams, and that's the end of Hazu Ops. staying a bit too long, overstaying his welcome, and getting dropped by John Cena. Also, triggering the jump in front of the wall, which is obviously going to make the entire situation worse for them. And the cherry on top of the cake is Chris on Sylvanas, who just disables everything at the front, and they get another kill against Malfurion. Oh my god. Washed Up has a problem right now. And Billy wanted to go for Sylvanas here, but that might lead to him dying. Punisher's jumping in again and finally taken apart, but damn, that did not go well for the red team at all. Billy gets another shield and survives, but let's take a look at the fort. Fort is down. Structures eliminated, and boy, did that backfire. Yep, that did not start well for them. Great position now for the fan club, on the other hand. Again, it's not always only about the experience lead. If you look at the experience lead, it's 4 kills against 3. There's not really a big gap between them, but passive experiences from here on out obviously increase thanks to the fort eliminated. And it's just the entire position on the map that is great for the fan club. With the top lane gone, there will be continuous pressure that you can exploit later. At this moment in time, I would be a little bit shocked if they could capitalize on it too much, but it is going to matter the longer this game goes, and it's just the first step in order to get that big lead. Camp taken at the bottom of the map, so Washed Up is actually making the right moves now in an attempt to come back into this. But the next objective is going to be important, and especially level 10 abilities, of course, are going to shift the dynamic slightly. Horrify could just be what they need in order to execute a few kills here. Sanctification and Bunker, the layered defenses from Blaze and Tyrael are another great thing. It was the Zealots that actually came up with that specific combo, and that was, I think, 2018, the Western Clash at the beginning of the year. And they just established a new meta with this. Dignitas and everybody else copying them too. And yeah, it gives you a ton of sustain on any objective fight, which is great on Infernal Shrines to begin with. And there we have our Horrify. There's already Sanctification. Bunker should come in any second. And, well, for the opponent's team, having in the meantime also a little bit of a silence play with the Wailing Arrow being used. But the next shrine should be announced pretty soon. By the way, Blaze is playing it really safe. As you can see, he's actually allowing the entire camp to be pushed in because they want to make sure that he doesn't fall there, and Equaza is still going to get the experience. It's not always beneficial to you to push the lanes out in situations like this one, so he's playing this very safe for himself. He's going to get the experience for the team. And at the same time, we're having everyone else moving through the lanes, trying to make sure that they're not missing out on any minion waves. So, let's see, up to the top. Yep, there's Leo already coming in. There we have him immediately. And, yep, there they have also the cap that they can push with that now. Alright, there we go. Take the back lane apart, mostly, and camp's taken on both sides right now. And in the meantime, the shrine is about to be activated as well. Alright, so let's see how they're gonna play this out. Leo, by the way, has to obviously go pretty deep now at the top lane because Blaze has been stalling this out and hasn't pushed it out. So you actually accomplish two things at once. You're in a position where you're pretty safe when you get the experience, and you force your opponent to dive a little bit deeper in order to get it. Leo doesn't have a lot of problems with that as long as they have vision on the rest of the team, since he can wait, walk out of any trouble. But it still forces him to make the move. And by now it's time to see if that layered defense can actually help them. So there's 4 kills against 3, slight lead for the blue team. And Azops is waiting for a good opportunity to get that Horrify, and that might just be it. They're going for Lauber, but the Ancestral comes in. Well played though. Nice. Lauber, yeah, he goes down. That was really, really well done by them. Great job, and this is actually where the Strangling Wines came through. That was perfect. Like, Malfurion couldn't have done that any better. With him locking that down, you could see the Ancestral did not get any hit points for the target, and that just dropped the tank. No chance for Lauber, and therefore an objective in the hands of Washed Up. Exactly the moves that they needed to make here. Nicely done. Bottom of the map now, we're having Chris trying to push the lane out a little bit. Nick is already trying to make sure that they're not getting any structural damage in. But the main push is coming now through the middle. Nick even a slight attempt to gank up on him. That didn't pan out for them. So yeah, with that, we have a talent advantage. But this was exactly the kill that they needed. And again, it can't be overstated how crucial it was that Malfurion got the root against against Lauber as well to reduce the value of Ancestral Healing, because if that goes through, Lauber survives. And that removes then Horrify as a tool in the toolbox. Dequaza still sitting at the top and pushing this out. Camps now, of course, also taken with this, and we're pretty much... we're not quite that even. I mean, there's still a structural advantage for the blue team. But in experience, we're looking good. We have an open access now for the red team in the middle of the map. Oh, the Sanctification save! Ty with a really good setup. The arrow is missing though. Hanzo not able to get the stun in. But Banana H can really just buy a 6-pack and hand it over to Tyrael to thank him for that one. He was dead in the waters, but that ult saved him. Talking about saving things, that was a pretty nice move here by Billy, but he dies regardless. It was well played with the Holy Ground to isolate Lauber, but there was just not enough damage to turn against him. And now we're having another Horrify, and that could be another kill, and it is. Ancestral back to a 10-second cooldown, did not go through. Lauber dead, and that is a kill for a kill right here. And in addition to that, we are having in the middle of the map a little bit more value for the camp. Ty is also getting this, and Leo is going to move to the top lane, while the bot lane is getting attacked now. That's exactly what we expect from the series. These two teams are absolutely top-notch, and every single match that we see between them is a highlight. 3 maps or no, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Usually we have really just a battle on eye level between them, and this one is no exception. Root comes down just to save the retreat, but the jet propulsion already propelled Blaze into a much better position there. So for now, having in terms of the damage output, still Sylvanas looking solid. Chris always strong in the hero, 28,000 for him now, and 34,000 for Hanzo. And up at the top, again, Billy and Dequaza currently zoning Copenhagen out a little bit. But the soap bar is on the way, trying to clean out the trash. Talking about it, Nick at the bot lane easily jumps out as we have a 4-man gank against him. Arrow comes through, trying to slow down the retreat a little bit in order to catch a target or two here. Horrify is ready in a second, but everybody is already out of harm's way, so not really a big opportunity for Washed Up after all. It was a nice attempt though. But yeah, they were just a little bit too slow on that rotation. 16 talents will be ready for both of them as the shrine spawns, but it's faster for the blue team. And for them, we're now getting also the evasive fire after Remorseless came on level 13 into the hands of Sylvanas. Of course, the build for Leo is more or less complete at this point. You still want the level 20 for the silence, but Royal Focus is going to help him a lot in order to get this through the entire time. Dequaza still in the middle, 16 as I said, is going to be ready for the objective. So they're going to have all the talents ready. Copenhagen is still pushing out another wave before he takes position on the shrine. If he gets a lead there again for the team, that would be a great start for them into this one. If they can take another one there, it would be great because they can go for the keep. And keep in mind, there is no fountain. They have no fountain topside and they have no retreat point. Red team, that is. Blue team has all these advantages right now. Unless they lose a hero quickly, that is going to help them a lot, especially Lauber, since he cannot just simply move back and tap there. We're still having Leo going straight in for the Royal Focus again. Using the damage output here. Very little focus on the objective thus far. Yeah, but there we go. That fountain is absolutely crucial right now in order to trade the hits here. And no completion on the level 1. Echoed Corruption is only on 20 stacks. There weren't really a lot of fights for Hazel to get out of that. So problematic for him. And therefore also for their damage output. 12 stacks against 7. They're starting to move in again. Billy did a good job trying to get a few extras. But here comes the Nature's Cure as he needs to be protected. 5 kills against 5. Who gets the next one? That's the big question. Lauber's moving in again. And we have Copenhagen ghosting through the opponent's army. The arrow connects with Chris. That's a great one. But they just can't get enough. And Hazo is in trouble. Sanctification saves their ass for now. But the bunker is on another 10-second cooldown. They need to wait for this one. And Hazo is low. Hazo's low this entire time. They save time with the Ancestral. And the turnaround here. 5 seconds for Blaze. But he dies before he has the bunker back up. And now after the double kill, they want to go for the triple. They're going for Banana H and they get him. They want the wipe and they get the wipe. They take them down completely. 10 kills against 5, and with the help of Sylvanas, they can already go for the keep immediately. They don't even have to waste any time up at the top. Obviously, Leo moved back in order to get the objective, but damn, this is going to hurt. Especially since the mid lane is also getting pressure by the Khaldor camp that they took previously. That's an easy annihilation of the keep before the opponent even respawns, and this couldn't have gone any better for the fan club. This could not have gone any better for them, and now the objective is moving into. They're already trying to go for the core here and reduce the shields, and you can't really blame them. This could be the death blow in game number 1, especially if we are going to see that that Immortal, as I said, Punisher, of course. That Punisher chip in a little bit too. They don't have level 20 now, and there's the bait in the middle. That was an important one, but they're making the play again. There comes the arrow. Is that the kill? They could maybe get off fear, but Ty is jumping out. Ty jumps out, and Leo is starting to wreck the backline. Banana H already forced into tranquility. Hanzo is dead. They're trying to get the kill against Malfurion, and indeed they do. The Punisher still jumping around here in the middle of the map. We're seeing the fort being destroyed by the Khaldor camp any second now, and they're still looking to see if they can maybe drop the core to 50%, and this is pretty much over. Tyrael goes down, tries to get some explosion damage, and he does. Takes down Sylvanas, but this is just too late. This is gonna be it. Punisher on the move. Henning just going for it. Everybody else is trying to get a couple of kills, but the game is over, and the lead in the hands of the Lauber fan club as they are victorious on Infernal Shrines. Game number 2, ladies. The fan club in the lead, and we are on Towers of Doom for our second map in the best of 3 series. Henning on Malfurion for the blue team. We have Kopenhagen on Leoric, Ty on Kira, Chris on Hanzo, and Lauber on Blaze. Main tank again, second time actually that we're seeing him with this particular play. Then again, for the red team, Hazops on Jaina, Nick on Zeratul, Sport Billy gets his Garrosh, we have Dequaz on Malthael, and Banana H on Rigger. Question came up a little bit earlier about Billy. So to my knowledge, Billy is still not the main tank for Washed Up. They have a Masquerade usually in the position. Billy was actually added to the Nothing Changed roster not too recently. So unless there was a big change that I don't know about, which I don't think so, but possible, Billy is the sub-in for Washed Up here, and doesn't really come as a shock. I mean, Billy subbed in for the team in the past and other positions too, but to my knowledge he is still with Nothing Changed as the main tank. But he gets actually Garrosh now, which is pretty awesome for him, because his Garrosh is pretty sweet. So, yep. With that, we're now having a little setup right here, where we are having already the move down to the bottom of the map from Zeratul, and this is actually interesting, because Zeratul with Jaina is a combo that we have already seen a couple of times in the past. We're talking Jaina. Jaina's in trouble. She's not the only one that's in trouble. There's a lot of people in trouble. Billy in trouble, Nick in trouble, Jaina in trouble at this point as well. And yeah, Zeratul Jaina. Void Prison and Ring of Frost. So that's one of the big things that we're going to see here. Now with this setup, it also makes a lot more sense to go into the new habits. Blaze is going to try and learn those, because he needs to have his Unstoppable ready for that. And there we have it. The fan club is moving straight in again, trying to get a little bit of a setup right here. And there's Lauber in trouble, maybe a little bit. And the flip, no! Ah, but this we got a kill. Okay, so Washed Up is trying to turn this. The series, of course. Starting things off with the first kill of the game. Sacrifice a lot for that, though. A lot of hit points and a lot of abilities there in order to make that happen. But they do. Ty again on his Kira, likes that stuff. And again, we're going to go over his build once more. So at this point, maximum effort. And I mean, the build for him is pretty much set. I mean, he's been going into the same build in pretty much all of his games here, and he has incredible success with Kira. He's one of the only players actually that plays the hero in competitive on this level. He's doing extremely well with it. I mean, Nick is already experiencing this firsthand here on Zeratul. But just as I praise him, Caster's Curse comes through, and there's the kill. Frost Shot makes it happen. Pierce, baby, Pierce. It's all that you need. So despite all the body blocking that we just saw and the attempts to shield Kira, the kill still comes in from Jaina. Okay, level 4 abilities. Cleave build, by the way, also for Zeratul. And, well, as expected, there's the upstage. Gonna see more Blood Rage on level 7. And the attempt to take the camp away. Not successful so far, but there's the Garrosh play. Good damage from Lauba, but just not good enough. He goes down, but they get the counter kill. And Kira again, straight in with the chain, and whee! Flips around a little bit, and they make it a 1-for-1 trade. But still, the kill count obviously in favor of Washed Up, and now it's time to see how many of those altars are being taken away. Interestingly enough, it's a 2-for-2 setup at the top, as both of them are trying to go for that. Usually it's just a 1-1 trade. Tai actually still stalling that out. Okay, and at the bottom of the map we have a 2 versus 2 as well, with Blaze and Reka moving in to try and make it a 3 versus 3. But it's a little bit of delay by the blue team. The fan club has already gotten 1 altar, and they're making the play at the bot side now to get another one, with Billy low in HP. Banana H already positioned the healing totem though, but it got taken out here. And it seems like Lauba and his boys might just be able to zone them out enough in order to get this one done. Yep, the channel on Henning's side is nearly completed, but Jaina comes in. Towards the top, still no channel. Malthel and Zeratul have to play around Kira as she's going for the channel, and they're actually getting the bottom of the map now. Bottom of the map claimed. Up to the top then again. Are we gonna see something happening here? Nope, not quite. Garrosh dies at the bottom. There's another drain. Tai is going for it again. Obviously the fountain is still allowing Zeratul to get back into the action, as we're still having that battle coming up, and now with even more resources and heroes moving in to help out a little bit, it seems like we're finally going to get the channel for Washed Up, and yes we do. Plus the additional kill against Leoric. Yep, Leoric activating the trade value. They're looking to see if they can get a little bit more. Now, as I said before, obviously highly important is the level 10 abilities, especially since we have a bit of a wombo combo set up from Washed Up. They're gonna hope to get a good Void Prison through and the Ring of Frost in order to take them down immediately. But yeah, that's pretty much what they will bank their hopes on in those team fights, and if they can execute that particular setup, that would be great. Lauba again caught. And, well, he might fall again, especially with Zeratul now moving in too. But there's the kill against Blaze, but always the counter kill potential, obviously, as Chris is shelling away on Hanzo. But Nick is not done yet. Nick wants to go in again. Chris is low, but he gets out. Uh-oh, but Washed Up is in trouble. And Malthael dies. And it seems like we could see another kill against the front line, with Garrosh also getting dropped here. So another 2-for-1 trade. All of a sudden, it's nearly even in kills. 4 against 5, and a lead in experience for the team in blue. Yep, as I said, another Blood Rage challenge coming in with a heal monger after the upstage. And things are starting to stabilize a little bit more. The initial start was pretty good for Washed Up. I mean, they started off strong, but now we're looking at not only 32 stacks against 36, but we're also having at the same time a situation in which they will fall behind in level 10 abilities. And that's a bit of a problem. That's honestly a bit of a big problem that we're going to have with that here. Uh-oh, Copenhagen is also in trouble, and... Really? They didn't kill him? Okay, that was unexpected. But as Tai comes in, there's the counter kill. The level 10 abilities are ready, and that's the final strike. And well, can I say, for Malthael it definitely was the final strike. With them having level 10 abilities, they also want to make sure that they get the double channel on the altar now. And they're gonna get this one. But Lauba got flipped over, uses the bunker, Garrosh is down, and well, they just coordinate this well nicely. Honestly, the red team has fallen apart a little bit in that last encounter there. That just didn't work out for them. And oh, interesting. Now that's a setup that I actually have not seen with this particular build. Might of the Nerazim with a cleave build. That's a new one. No setup with Ring of Frost into Void Prison into Ring of Frost. That's really interesting. When I've seen Might of the Nerazim so far, it was always with a Shadow Hunter setup and a focus on auto attacks instead. But yep, that's definitely a bit of a hybrid style that is quite new to this. So no attempts to go into a wombo. Instead, they're just going to play around the strengths of Nick on Zeratul, just in general, and try to combo that off with the Water Elemental from Hazo. Fair enough. Unexpected. But let's see how it works out for them. I mean, so far the rule has pretty much been whenever you see the cleave build coming up, especially in a combo with Jaina, you will go into a ring or into a Void Prison. But especially Tai, for example, has always championed the style where you go into Shadowhunter at level 1 and then at Might of Marazine later. He's even done that before we've seen Blizzard come in with a patch that, again, on Zeratul. Malf down, good kill at a perfect moment in time for them too, with a great flank here, and Leo isn't there, so that turns this into a 5 versus a 3. Still not able to get a follow-up kill on it. Still not able to get a follow-up kill on that. Would have been great if they could have added a little bit more spice to it. Now we're having 2 altars. And topside, this is where Leo reigns supreme. On the camp, that is. This is normally a trade here. And Blaze is currently healing himself slightly. Level 13 talent is still a bit too far away with the altar spawning in 10 seconds. But if they can get a kill, that's of course a different story. Nice setup, and Billy's down again. Damn. I gotta admit that the fan club is actually doing incredibly well against Billy. Normally when Billy gets his Garrosh, he is just terrifying on that hero. But now he's dying 4 times already. Hanzo is just dropping Jaina with another final arrow between the eyes. And that's another double channel. Guys, this is getting nuts. They have a level lead, 8 kills against 6, and they're just dropping one altar after another. They go for the next camp, and with those 4 shots fired, we're talking at twice the amount of hit points on the core for the blue team than we do for the red. And Lauber is already busying himself at the bottom with a bit more wave clear so that they can access the bell tower and maybe get that too. And even if they don't, they will at least be able to threaten it later. Now there's a... well, can this one move through? Yes, and that's that. But Blaze in trouble, still has the bunker ready though. Arrow is completely missing. Can they get the kill? Yeah, he waits it out. Lauber, jet propulsion, and Indomitable is in. Tranquility is being used. There's the taunt. Nice damage from Jaina, but is it enough? Doesn't seem like it. And the kill attempt against Henning. And he actually survives longer than expected, and therefore no stack for Malthael. There's the Entomb, and that's a kill against Zeratul. Jaina is dead. They get Malthael as well. Oh my god, like, it's a disaster. 11 kills against 7. No, Billy! Yeah, he's alive. He's alive. Well, maybe not. Billy down, and god, that's tough. That's tough to deal with. Mentally, too, coming back from that position is a real issue right now. So yeah, Copenhagen pushing the top lane a little bit. 15 against 13. What a lead. I have 20 seconds left. If they get a bit more experience in the lanes, guys, they might even be able to get level 16 talents for this one. That's experience lost, by the way, to Washed Up. So even coming back in experience is going to be difficult. They lost bot lane control. They might have lost hope here. This is rough. This is a rough one. Game 1 was incredibly close and just turned at some point with the momentum that was built up. But this is a rough one. Very, very rough game. If they can come back from this, it would be fantastic. There's even camps now moving to the bottom of the map in order to put more pressure onto the core. They are just getting crushed on all sides right now. If they can deal with all of that, that would be insane. But can they? Quest completed for Jaina. That gives her at least a little bit more survivability. But we'll see if it's enough. Arrow connects, but it's only a short one. 3 shots connect, by the way, with Washed Up score. That's another problem. Billy, Ancestral goes through, but the problem is the backline. And there's the kill against Zeratul. Kira is just racking it. She's absolutely wrecking it. This is even talents, by the way. Now we have finally 16, but there's already 2 heroes down for Washed Up. They lost 2, they might lose more. And Tomb is still ready. And Tomb is still ready, they don't even need it. Ah, they tried against Hazorps, but it doesn't connect. But they still got the 3rd kill against Garrosh, and he has died 6 times now. And that's 5 shots fired. We're talking single digits on the core now. 2 levels behind, 36 against 8. And, well, Kira alone on 38,000 damage, 42,000 for Hanzo, 28k for Blaze, 16 talents are in. Yeah, and there's the inevitable end for the win. Quasar stays strong in this one. And at the bottom of the map, Nick trying to take down those pumpkins as quickly as he can. They can't suffer even more points taken off the core. They're down to single digits now against 36 points. It's just like way too heavy. But Nick is also getting attacked here. And he needs to be very, very careful, especially with the arrow ready from Chris. If Hanzo connects it with him, only a bit of damage is needed in order to finally dropping here. Talking about dropping things. Up to the top. Oh well, the Quasars took the ball a little bit with the last rides. Only one stack for him in the last encounter. They couldn't get Malfurion quickly enough in order to make the kill count. Now having also the booming kick, by the way. It's a revolving sweep with a pulsing pain. And then the kick. And yeah, talking about pain, it's a pretty painful game for Washed Up. Coming back in this one is going to be nearly impossible. But if they can pull it off with maybe a team wipe at some point, it should be on a fight with even talents. And they're currently still waiting for that to happen. But the fan club is so incredibly ahead. If they don't fall apart here, then they should have this. But again, we've said this a lot on this map, and this map is a map for comebacks oftentimes. Ancestral is in. Billy low, Banana H low. Zeratul just doesn't have to seem to have the impact that we've been waiting for. I honestly wonder if they might have been a little bit better off going into Void Prison and Ring of Frost after we seeing another kill against Garrosh. But then again, there's obviously tools on the other side to deal with that. Hazu is down. It is a total destruction of the team. The Quasar is about to fall. Well, it's Banana H actually dies first. Guys, I don't know what to say, but this is game. This is game. 19 kills against 7 triple alters on the map. This is it. They only need 2 channels and they can easily get all 3 of them. Incredible performance by the fan club. And Billy today, for whatever reason, maybe just having an off day, not delivering on Garrosh enough. He got killed over and over again. Fantastic performance by the fan club in order to control him. And they win it. They win the best of 3. They take it with a 2-0 against Washed Up. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support and see you guys next time.